Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into some ancient wisdom to solve a very modern problem: how to actually study effectively. We're going to pull some incredible insights from the Bhagavad Gita, all through the lens of Neelam Talreja, the founder of Mindseed Tutorials. She spent years helping students master not just their subjects, but their whole mindset. So, let's get right into these 7 scientific study hacks.
Does this look familiar? I bet it does. That crushing pressure from exams, the fear of what happens if you don't get the marks you need, that feeling of demotivation, not to mention the million distractions pulling you away from your books. It's a battle every single student faces. But what if the secret to winning that battle was hidden inside one ancient guide?
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the very first lesson, and honestly, maybe the most powerful one, starts right here, inside your own head. It's all about building the mindset of a winner before you even crack open a textbook.
Think about it. When Arjuna was on the battlefield, just filled with doubt, Krishna's most important message was this: self-confidence is absolutely everything. If you believe you can win, you're already halfway there. But if you tell yourself you're going to fail, well, you've pretty much already lost. Your belief literally shapes your reality.
So take a look at this slide, be honest with yourself. Which one of these columns are you living in? See, having a winner's belief isn't about being arrogant. It's a conscious choice you make. Before you start studying, start your day by saying, I can do this. I am capable. I will succeed. It sounds so simple, right? But trust me, this is the foundation for everything else. Okay, so once you start to believe you can actually win, the entire focus shifts. It stops being about the trophy at the end of the race and becomes all about mastering the race itself. In the Gita, there's this amazing concept called karma yoga. So what does that mean for a student? It means your duty, your karma, is the act of studying. It's about learning to love the process, that moment you finally understand a tough concept, putting in the hours, and completely letting go of the anxiety of, what grade am I going to get?
There's a story that just illustrates this perfectly. It's about 2 boys digging for treasure. For 15 straight days, they found absolutely nothing. Then, on the 16th day, a huge storm hits. One boy just stays home, feeling totally defeated. But the other one? He goes out, not because he expected to find anything, but just to do his job, to fulfill his duty. And guess what? That was the day he found the treasure. He focused on the work, and the results just came naturally. But let's be real. What happens when you do your duty, you put in the work, and you still face setbacks? A bad test score, a failed exam? This is where the art of resilience becomes your absolute superpower.
Let's just try a quick thought experiment. Picture yourself holding a single, really light flower in your hand. Holding it for a minute? No problem at all, right? It's effortless.
But what if you had to hold that exact same flower in the exact same position for an entire day? The weight of the flower doesn't change, but your arm would start to ache, it would feel impossibly heavy, and eventually, the pain would just be unbearable.
That flower, that's exactly what a bad grade is like. By itself, it's a small thing. But if you hold on to it, if you obsess over it for days and weeks, it becomes this crushing weight that just paralyzes you. You have to acknowledge the failure, feel bad about it for an hour if you need to, and then you have to let it go, detach, so you can move on to the next challenge completely free.
So real lasting success isn't just about how you bounce back from failure. It's about building a life where you're not constantly on the verge of burning out in the first place. And that comes down to 2 things: balance and integrity.
The Gita teaches us how important balance is in everything we do. Your life can't just be about studying 24/7. You need time for hobbies, for rest, for friends. And this isn't a distraction, it's absolutely essential. Discipline is so much more powerful than motivation, but you can only stay disciplined in the long run if your life is balanced. Just denying yourself rest and fun, that's a one-way ticket to burnout.
And that brings us to integrity. It can be so tempting to take shortcuts, right? But the Gita is crystal clear. True excellence can only be achieved through honest means. When you earn your success the right way, you don't just get a grade. You gain real knowledge, and you build a strong character that's going to serve you long, long after that exam is over.
So, let's tie this all together. Think of this as your student's Gita. First, believe you are a winner. Second, focus all your energy on the process, not the prize. Third, learn to let go of failure and fast. Fourth, build a balanced life to keep yourself going. And finally, always act with integrity. These right here are the tools for success that actually lasts.
So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Based on everything we've just talked about, What is the one single belief about your studies that you are going to change, starting right now, today?
Thank you so much for joining me on this. These principles can seriously transform not just your grades, but your entire approach to learning. If you want some personalized guidance to really put these powerful ideas into practice, please reach out to Neelam Talreja at Mindseed Tutorials.